Welcome back to my channel where I talk about everything to do with CICs and grant funding. So in this video, we're going to be talking about the 3 things you need to set up a CIC. So before I jump into that, please subscribe to this channel so you can keep up to date with all my CIC tips. Also jump over to my website where you can do my online course, how to set up a CIC and get funded in 4 months. And also I have a membership and you can ask me any questions on there. If you need to know if your project idea is viable, you can just jump in the chat there. So all that aside, let's jump into it. So what are the 3 things you need to set up a CIC, a community interest company? So first of all, you need directors. So the directors you need to apply for most funding grants will be 3. So that can include you, and they need to be you can have a related person and a non-related person. So it's important if you've got a related person, like that could be a partner or a relative, that you also have someone who's non-related. So that's really important for funders. That is what you need for most grants, for the lottery, etc. So aside from your directors, you also need, number 2, the bank account. Now this needs to be a special bank account. It can't be an individual bank account because it needs to have 2 signatures on it. So yourself and the non-related director need to be signatures on your bank account. So you could have a normal business account, but you don't want that because they would obviously charge you, because most business accounts do charge after a certain period, and you won't be able to factor that into grant funding because it's an overhead. So you don't really want that. So you want to open a special community interest company. So you want to open a community bank account. So most of the mainstream banks have community accounts. They're designed for small community projects. They're designed for charities, sports clubs, all sorts of things like that. So they are usually called treasurer accounts or community accounts. You can have a look on the Co-op, NatWest, Lloyds, HSBC, all of those main banks do those types of accounts. Now, many people fall down because they make the mistake of getting a quick online bank because, you know, you can set them up really quickly. It's easy to do, such as Starling and all the others that you can get online. Do not do that because grant funders will not fund you if you have an online bank account. It has to be a UK-based bank. So that means a UK-based high street bank, one of your mainstream banks. So you have to have that. You cannot have one online. Now, bank accounts are an absolute pain to set up. So you're going to have to, often with most of the mainstream banks, one of your directors will need to already bank with that bank to be able to open one. So for instance, say nobody has one of the mainstream banks, say you've all got Starlings, your personal accounts and your business accounts. So then you would have to say, go to somebody like NatWest, you would have to open a personal account for you. And then you would, because then you're their customer, you would then be able to, as your CIC, apply for their community account. So I know that's a total pain and it all takes quite a few weeks to sort out, but that is just what you have to do. So you're going to have to go to a mainstream bank and you're going to have to already probably bank with that bank. So the 3rd thing you need to open your CIC is your registration documents. It's called a C36 form and it's an application form that you have to fill in. And then also you have to have your articles of association, which is like your governing documents. Now you can get these on Companies House. If you type in Companies House CICs set up, you'll find that you can download those straight from Companies House, the CIC 36. But the articles is a bit more difficult. You can find templates for that online and then you can adapt it by adding your name in and any other clauses or something or any other bits that you want to add in. But I actually have those documents as templates as part of my course. So if you want to do my how to set up a CIC and get funded in 4 months course, which is over on my website, it actually has all the documents packs in with it. So it has all those documents and I actually show you how to fill them in. Because this is really important because quite often people fill them in wrong and then they go to the funders and they apply for funding and then the funders come back and say something about this or that they've done wrong. So it's really good to have that guidance when you're filling those forms in. So jump over to my website and have a look at the course on there and think about getting that, especially because of the documents pack. But you also get other resources with my course as well, such as this workbook, How to Grow Your CIC, and I give loads of step-by-step videos and also invaluable information which you will need if you are setting up a CIC. So those are the 3 things you're going to need. So If you need any help or you have any questions, please jump over to my website and jump in the chat so you can ask me, and you can always screenshot something and say, is this right? Have I worded this right? Or whatever. So I'll help you make sure you get that right so we can get you set up quickly and get you funded.